All right, our meeting is being live streamed. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. It is great seeing you all again. Welcome back to Cairo Toastmasters Club, where leaders are made. What a powerful motto and the slogan for Toastmasters. They were very smart for picking that up. Always coming back here reminds us of how powerful this team is. This idea is an idea that has started a long time ago, almost 100 years ago. And if you hear any screaming, it's because I'm sitting next to the window. And my mic is very sensitive. I'm not sure if you can pick that up. Anyways, back to the idea of Toastmasters. Being here in Toastmasters means that you're not in the street screaming with a bunch of boys. You're doing actually something that is reasonable for your life. You're not wasting your youth. And that's a beautiful thing. I've been here for 4 years almost. And every day and every meeting, I learn something new. Back to the idea behind it all, we are all here. If you are here for the first time, we're all here to learn public speaking, communication skills, and leadership skills through following an education path on Toastmasters International. And we've got more than 11 pathways. You choose whatever suits your goals and aspirations, and you delve right into it to start improving the previous 3 skills that I've mentioned and implementing them in your everyday life. Being here also gives you a great opportunity to increase and enhance and boost your CV, and it adds a lot of value to your professional life as well. Super excited to tell you the room, what do we call them, norms. First off, if you've got any device around you, make sure you put it on silent so it doesn't interrupt the meeting. Keep your mics muted all time and your cameras open so we see your beautiful faces. If you are asked to speak, kindly unmute yourself and then mute it back after you finish. If you need to move around, turn your camera off, then turn it on when you're back. If you need to also send something in the chat, refrain from doing so until as soon as I said don't move around, Ashraf just went and moved around. So I think that was on purpose. Well, if you need to write something in the chat, as we said, try not to say it when someone is speaking so people don't come in the chat reading, but rather focus with the speaker. You can do that between speeches or when we are going through a different role. For the topics we can speak about anything except taboos. So taboos are sex, politics, and religion. Other than that, we are bound to having lots of fun tonight. I'm super excited for everyone to have the best meeting ever. So Cairo Toastmasters, are we ready to kick it off? Raise your hands. Yay. Perfect. I am super excited. And now I'll give the mic over to Mr. Ashraf Youssef, to our president at Cairo Toastmasters Club. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Wallet. Thank you all so much for coming. My name is Ashraf Youssef. So what is Toastmasters? Toastmasters is a public speaking organization located in 149 countries all around the world. We are a part of this organization and we help people develop their communication and public speaking skills. We have a pathways program that helps you progress through what it means to become a good public speaker. So everything is self-paced, everything goes step by step. Yes. Can you please turn off your mic? All right, great. So we have a step-by-step program that helps you develop your public speaking skills. And we also have a meeting in place to help you practice public speaking. So this is what this is all about. We have an audience and we have a place for people to practice public speaking. Everyone here is able to practice public speaking in today's meeting. So thank you so much for coming. And let me just quickly explain what is the difference between a guest and a member. So a member is someone who is a part of Toastmasters. We are all members, the people who will be speaking today in terms of speakers, evaluators, and the meeting role itself. We are all a part of Toastmasters. We are members. So we have the ability to participate a lot in today's meeting and thus develop our public speaking skills by practicing. So this is the member. Secondly, we have the guest. The guest is someone who maybe knows about Toastmasters. They're here for the first time. They've come maybe 2 or 3 times, and they just want to see what's going on. But as soon as a guest sees that this is something that they want to be a part of, they should transition and become members. So hopefully today you will enjoy today's meeting. We have a system in place that helps people truly develop their public speaking skills, and hopefully you will enjoy it today. So first of all, please turn your cameras on. I see a lot of cameras that are off. Why are they off? Why? Turn them on and let us participate together so that you can also benefit from it. So turn it on and turn your mics on, because I have a lot of questions to ask you and you have the opportunity to speak today. So the first question I have for you guys, and feel free to participate and answer these questions. The first question is, they say that money doesn't really bring happiness, that money is something and happiness is something completely different. But I just bought a 48-inch LG 4K OLED, okay, and I feel pretty happy. So what do you guys think? Do you think that money brings you happiness, or are they two completely different things? And do they intersect or don't they intersect? What do you think? Who wants to speak?
They always say I'd rather be sad and depressed on an island in the, I don't know, Bahamas or something, rather than being depressed in Egypt without money, fluceless.
Fluceless, that is a new term. Well done, Wala. Does anyone want to?
Nice.
Yes, go ahead, Nadine.
I think we can't deny that people need to have financial stability in order to feel safe. So money contributes a bit to someone's happiness, but not all of his or her happiness. Most of all, people need emotional connection. People need to feel unique and significant, need to contribute to something, need to grow in different areas of life. So money is not the main thing, but it's one of the things that is considered important.
So do you think that maybe we should have a certain amount of money and then the rest of the time should be doing something else?
Maybe we should have money that makes us feel stable or safe, that we can provide our own needs. For an example, food, clothes, fun trips with our friends, but also to do something that we're passionate about and we feel alive doing it. That's the most important thing.
Good answer. Thank you, Nadine. All right, Heba, go ahead.
I think money is important. As Nadine said, it's part of our life. We need money for our livelihood. It doesn't necessarily bring us happiness, because happiness is something that we find within ourselves. So if money certainly can add to us being happy, because when you think about it, if we didn't have money for our livelihood and we had to struggle to find food or to pay rent or in general just to survive, the unhappiness would come about. So money in itself does not bring happiness, but it adds to us having that complete life that we seek. And as a result, we will be happy if our lives are complete, which means us having everything that we need to survive and to bring comfort to ourselves.
Great. Thank you, Heather. Well done. All right. Heba, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Heba Ahmed, and I'm a PhD student, and I wish to share my opinion with others about the money. I feel like the previous generation, like Generation X, like my grandparent and grandma, before the life, they feel like it's, before that, they feel like that the money is not important thing, and sharing with others in bad and good time is the most important thing. So they can feel happy with that. not money can make them happy. But nowadays, in our generation, they are a little materialistic or like concerned about the money. But when you ask the person, they have high position and with a lot of money, they feel insecure all the time and they wanted to secure themselves with money. So I feel like it's not important to consider money bring happiness. That's it.
Thank you, Heba. Thank you. All right, Muhammad Abdel Majid.
Hello, everyone. The answer for the question, I think it's mainly about the source of the money. How did you obtain this money? For example, if I worked hard for the money, I should feel happy for spending it for some of benefits. I benefit from it. But for example, if I'm just taking my allowance, it will never be fulfilling. I'll keep buying meaningless things, and there will not be an accomplishment I have done with my life or with the money I have earned.
Okay, let me change the question just a bit. So do you think that money is related to purpose, or is purpose something and money something else?
I think purpose is like a criteria on its own, and money is a criteria on its own. But sometimes money may be within the process of the purpose. But they are two different subjects.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad.
You're
Mustafa, go ahead.
Hello, my friends, how are you? Yeah, I think that money is a small part of the happiness, and I think the most important, the satisfaction. If you're satisfied with your life, with your resources, I think that would be very enough for you. For example, if you are very rich and you have a luxurious house and you are eating expensive breakfast and lunch and all of this, your life at all, you have a luxurious life, but you are used to this luxurious life. As a poor one, also he's used to live a normal life, with just the small sources maybe satisfied him. So he is, these two persons, rich and poor, they are living. I don't talk about the poor, I'm talking about the normal life. If he is not a poor, he is satisfied. If he have the money for his day, the money would satisfy him to bring his food, to bring the things for his family. So he is satisfied with this. At the other side, the rich also, he is used to do the same things also. He's eating the same things and living also in luxurious. I think they would be the same. So the rich one, he will not have anything else to do other this. So he will seek for his happiness, and he will not find his happiness out of he will find his happiness out of money, not only the money, because maybe he reached the level, the highest level of richness. So what he will do more? Some people, I think they do suicide. I don't know exactly. So they do suicide, after they reach for everything. So they don't have a meaning for their life. So the money is yes, is a small part of the life, but I believe it's not for sure. You cannot compare between the happiness and the money.
Thank you, Mustafa.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well done. So yeah, I mean, there's a study that was made in, I think it was New Zealand, and they measured, I think, something like 100,000 people, and they asked them, so do you think that to do what you love makes you successful or makes you a millionaire or not? So they actually had a large sample of millionaires and they asked them this question. And 98% of them said that there is no criteria, there is no correlation. People who made their money, or they made $1 million maybe, or so, whatever, they have done so because they saw opportunity in the market and they filled it. It is not not everyone who does what they love become millionaires and so on. Anyways, let's change the question to something related to public speaking. Yay! All right. So in a speech, you want to tell a story, okay? So do you think that so when you're telling the story, do you exaggerate the truth to make it more interesting, or do you say it like it is? I mean, this is a very difficult thing that people do. Our lives are not very interesting all the time. So having a story to tell at every single meeting or at every single public speaking event is hard. So do you maybe sprinkle the story with a lot of interesting things that didn't happen? Or do you just say it like it is? Go ahead, Heather.
Oh, this is impromptu. I think every story is interesting. When we talk about presenting a story or delivering a speech, there are a lot of things that comes with that. We're talking body language, we're talking tone. So it depends on the individual as how the individual is going to present. If you stand there and deliver the speech in monotone, obviously it's going to be boring. But if you use gestures, if you use voice inflection, it certainly will add to it. So to answer your question, it depends on the person, not necessarily the story, but how the person chooses to deliver it.
All right, thank you, Heather. Islam, go ahead. Islam Hagez.
Hi, Ashraf. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Yeah, what do you mean to because I disconnected for some time, still in a question related to money, or it's different question?
No, it's a different question. So in a
Okay.
public, when you're telling a story, do you
Okay.
always tell the story as it is, or do you add parts to make it more interesting?
Yeah, for me, I'm always trying to add parts to make it interesting for the audience, because to try to make it interesting and to have not just a monotone in the discussion. Because if you tell it in a story, or you add something real, or something attracting to the audience, it make it more interesting, and the audience say it's a good speech. So I'm trying to do this in every talk to the people, but it's not an easy part.
Okay, great. All right, last one, Muhammad Abu Zaid, go ahead. Mustafa Abu Zaid, go ahead.
Yes, hi. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to see you all. Firstly, I think if you're telling the story and it's not interesting, I think it would be bored, and some people want attention to what are you saying. So I think what I have then thought, you have to add some parts. But if you add some parts, you weren't lying, but at least you are trying to capture the attention of the audience and trying to make something interesting, not only a board story. So I think it's also depends on the way you are saying, as someone said here. It depends on the way you are telling us, or the way you are saying the story. Finally, I think you have to add some parts, not you are lying, but you are pivoting your story.
Okay, thank you, Mustafa.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much. So let me just recap what we said. So number one, in order to become a member, so what is the difference between a guest and a member? A guest is someone who comes here for maybe the first time They want to see what's going on. What are we doing? What is public speaking? How do these people practice public speaking? So once you decide to become a member, please reach out to Dina Abu Saif. She will be she's the Toastmaster, she's the table topics master for today's meeting. Reach out to her, say, hey, I want to become a member. I want to join this club. This is amazing. Let's do this. So once you do that, you will become a member, inshallah, with Cairo Toastmasters. If you have any other questions, please send them on our Facebook or on the messages in the Zoom meeting for today. So back to the table topic, to the Toastmaster of the day, Wala Othman, to start off today's meeting.
Thank you so much, Ashraf. Thank you for your insights regarding public speaking and regarding money. I would love to start off by reminding you of a quote. It is not popular, like no one in particular said it, but it's in every Egyptian, in all houses, not just Egyptians. Someone in your house always tells you when you were young, I just don't like him. I just don't like her. I have a feeling. You do you, but that's my opinion. I'm pretty sure you've all got an image of who I'm talking about. There's always this one woman who is keen on making your life the best virgin. And you constantly try to befriend people who just are not right for you. It is an advice that we've always thought was very controlling. Then later on in life, we realize, damn, mom was right. They are not right for me. Well, because of that, our theme for today is every mother knows. And with that, we're going to jump into our meeting. And throughout the meeting, we will know how our members or what our members think of the question, what images jump in your head when you hear the word mother? Now let's jump into our agenda. I believe I have it somewhere. Yeah. Sharing screen in 3, 2, 1. Today's meeting, 15th of March, is definitely starting with the president's remark. That's done. Toastmaster of the day, myself. Today we have 2 prepared speeches. The first one is by Ghada Sharawi, and her speech title is Welcome to Cape Town Through Effective Coaching Pathway. And Muhammad Higazi, our guest from Netherlands, and his speech title is This Can Literally Kill You. And it is a competition exercise or practice. For the table topics, the very fortunate segment in our meeting, I believe the grammarian should write that as a very poor choice of words. What's a fortunate segment? It's just not a thing. Table topics by Dina Abu Saif, and we've got evaluators. Hazim will evaluate Ghada, and a group of evaluators will evaluate Muhammad Higazi. I'm going to choose you guys, so be attentive. And the timer is Ashraf Youssef. Our counter is the person who always counts our Oz. She'll introduce herself, Safa Abdul Ghaffar, and our grammarian Nurihan. Closing notes at the end, and we should be closing by 9:15. Now I'll let our role players introduce themselves. So let's start with our timer, Mr. Ashraf. Back to you.
All right, so we have 3 segments. There's the speaker segment, there's the table topics, and there's the evaluators. So the evaluator, their speeches are supposed to be from 5 to 7 minutes. So 5 minutes is the green card. What's it called? Yellow, 6 minutes is the yellow thing, and red, and this is the red for the final thing to wrap up. All right, and later on in the table topic segment, there is 1 minute. It's supposed to be from 1 to 2 minutes. So 1 minute is the green, Yellow, 1.5. And red for the final up to wrap up. And finally, the evaluation segment, it's supposed to be from 3 to 5 minutes. So 3 minutes, green, 4 minutes, yellow, and finally, red. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. And I have noticed a lot of people laughing because this is these are boys, like these are guys. They're like, hi, did you see my green file? And you keep on looking for a green file and at the end it's just red. Now he just came up with a black mouse saying yellow and a blue mouse pad saying red. No, it's just funny, but boys. Now, Safa Abdul Ghaffar, I'll counter. Unmute yourself and jump right in.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ala. Hi, everyone. My name is Safa Abdul Ghaffar, and today I will be your R counter. The purpose of the R counter is to count the filler words and sounds that the speakers make. The filler words includes well, so, but, etc. Sometimes these words are overused, so that's why we count them. As for the filler sounds, they're like I just did one now. It is important to practice and do your best to not use filler words and sounds as much as you can, so that you sound confident and prepared. It is not easy, but by practice, we can all make it. I will be counting the filler words and sounds for the speakers, evaluators, and table topic participants, and we'll give a report at the end of the meeting. Best of luck, and back to you, Wale.
Great, thank you so much, Safa, for this thorough description. And now I want our grammarian, Nourihan, to jump right in.
Thank you, our champion, Wale. Did you know there's a small trivia that when a person is intense, they can make the most grammatical mistakes? So let's do an exercise, all of us, to be relaxed. Let's warm up our shoulders, everyone. Come on. Let's move our head, left, back, right, and let's exercise our palates, our tongues, our faces. We'll do a quick exercise. Let me just share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen, everyone? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's all practice tongue twisters. Did you know that tongue twisters helps you pronounce your words more accurately? So we'll do a small task of tongue twisters so we can all practice them together. The first one, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Now I want you all to unmute and say it 3 times. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Unmute. Go ahead.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a
bear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no
The
hair.
hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Fuzzy had no hair.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Fuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Great. Now the second one, you will also repeat it 3 times. I've got a date at 7:45. Now I want you to say 3 times. I got a date at 7:45.
I've got a date at 7:45. I've got a date at
7:45. And the last one, if a dog chew my shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Go ahead.
The dog choose shoes. Whose shoes does he choose? If a dog choose shoes, whose shoes does he choose? If a dog chooses shoes,
whose shoes does he choose?
Oh my God.
Well done. Do you feel your palate is already exercised? Now, for the word of the day, it's a very funny word, yet the meaning is catastrophic. So our word for the day is tuhu buhu, which means a state of chaos or utter confusion. You can use it in a sentence. Today's politics is an absolute tuhu buhu. Its synonyms or the similar words are chaos, confusion, trouble, uproar, mayhem, catastrophe, and disaster. And I would like to encourage you to use that word in your speeches. And every time you use that word, we will all make an acknowledgement by snapping our fingers or clapping our hands or making an expression of jazz hands. So back to you, Wale.
Thank you so much, Norihan, for this beautiful, uplifting exercise. And now, starting with our first speaker, Ghada El-Sha'rawi. Her evaluator is Ashraf Youssef. So starting with, he's Hazem Waddah. Hazem Waddah.
It's me.
And actually, when I started by asking Hazem about the theme to give you his answer, he started playing around and joking. So I decided to let you guys know that he does not respect Mother's Day. Say, Dina, yes. Bad, Hazem, bad.
Who said so? No.
Well, Hazem, carry on. Yeah. Give us. It's too late, Hazem. Too late for apologies. Give us Ghada's give us Ghada's objectives.
All right. So welcome to all of you. First of all, let's make some corrections for the information, the tuhubuhu information that was given by Wala. Yeah, and that she asked me a question about what do you think, what's the biggest lie that you should do, that you told your mother, and I told her that I can't eat that. That's the lie.
That's the lie. I thought you did not want to answer.
you seem to do not understand the answer, but it's okay. Yeah.
My bad.
All right. Right. No need to apologize. Well, thank you.
I think it's too late now.
So welcome everyone. I'm gonna give Ghada Sha'rawi our first speaker now the evaluation. She is giving her second speech in the pathway that she chose, which is effective coaching. Last time she did a great job giving her icebreaker, and I'm sure that we will see her giving her another great speech. I'm sure of that, Ghada. So yeah. So that's it. So let's head back to Ghada. Please please start giving your speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hazem. And when Ghada was asked, what images spring to your mind when you hear the word mother, she said, unconditional love. A beautiful answer by a beautiful Toastmaster. Her speech title today is Welcome to Cape Town. Welcome to Cape Town, Ghada El-Sha'rawi.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Cape Town. For me, it wasn't the sign at the airport that we arrived at the destination, but it is the first step of taking our plan into action. After 9 months of working hard, negotiations, meetings, challenges, brainstorming, till reach the final agreement. We need everything to be perfect. But in every step, I have the story of the 3 fishes of the last speech in front of my eyes. No need to take risk. Plan ahead, as the first fish is a perfect way. No need to wait and see or think fast. We need to make everything perfect. We have arrived 2 days before arrival date of the group, and we have a few tasks and checking the service. And the first task is to set the payment to the hotel in their local currency. They have advised us to go to a specific exchange office. And there the employee told us it's a huge amount, so you can wait till tomorrow. Our executive manager accept to wait. Then in the next day, we went in the morning, and the the employee said again, it's like 2 hours or 3 hours maximum, so we can handle that situation. And the executive manager again accept to wait. Okay, we have 3 hours, so I left them to check the meeting room. We have the meeting room with a chain hotel, so it will take like 30 minutes, no problem. And there I have the great surprise. The meeting room was transferred from a chain hotel to 3 stars hotel because of the international musical show in Cape Town. No space in any hotel in this destination. And everything was awful, unprepared, and even if prepared. And while I felt I am in Tuhupuhu, I got a message from the executive manager that the exchange office couldn't handle the finance situation and give us the money, and we need to wait to the next day. At this moment, everything clocked. I have no idea inside my head that it's a few hours and it's the arrival time of the group. So I try to manage myself and to meet the reservation manager and to handle situation in a professional way. Once I face the reservation manager, I start shouting, "We will not take that hotel! 3 stars, they are VIP client!" And because we have a confirmation, they make for us free upgrade to 5 stars plus hotel. And so I went quickly to the nearest bank to transfer the money because we have condition to settle the payment in 1 hour or everything will be released. And there I met the employee and he told me, after I told him about the amount, "Okay, ma'am, please wait. I have to have a meeting with my manager." And he left me for like 5 minutes. Then finally he came back. "Okay, ma'am, could you please close the door? I get worried more than I was." I closed the door. "We can transfer only 1,500 euros according to our policy." So I got the idea and resolution. Okay, I accept. He gave me a money and I was in a hurry and I need to leave. So he told me, "Wait, ma'am, please be careful. It's very dangerous to take all that money and wake alone in the street in Cape Town. Please take care." I left and we handled that problem and we have a lot of challenges and we handled all of them and we got certificate of appreciation for that group. And if there is a secret behind successful project using leadership and planning skills, it was work huge. That 4 letters, H for human resources. Select your people very well. They are leader for their task. U, updates. There is always updates. And you have to be ready, flexible to reach to your uniqueness. G, goals. Set smart goals. And E, experience. Knowledge, it's priceless. And my last statement to you, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Back to you, Ms. Wallet.
Thank you so much, Reza. What a beautiful journey you took us on to Cape Town. I'll make sure I don't have that much euros in my pocket when I go to Cape Town. Well, now it is about time we hear, I'm looking for him, Muhammad Hegazi. He is going to be given a competition speech. That's his practice. And
it's a competition and other speeches. It's just a general, it's not a competition speech. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. Competition and other speeches. And his evaluator is going to be 3 people of my choice. You guys will be group evaluators. We have done that, I think, once before. And the objective is that you will give you each will have 1 minute. You will give one positive and one point of improvement. So I chose Heather to be part of the group. Are you ready, Heather? Are you up for it? Give me thumbs up. Perfect. And we've got Miral. Can you give one positive and a point of improvement for Higazi? Give me thumbs up if you're up for it. Perfect. And we've got Rawia. Can you do so? Perfect. We're ready to go, Mr. Higazi. When he was asked about mothers and let me see your question. When I asked him, do you always buy your mother a present on Mother's Day? He said, no, but most of the time I do. That's unfortunate. I always buy her a present though, after I come back to Egypt. Well, it is lovely hearing that you're coming to Egypt soon in Ramadan, so you can finally buy her her overdue Mother's Day present. And now over to you, Mr. Higazi, looking forward. His speech title is, This Can Literally Kill You. This can literally kill you, Higazi.
In 2013, I was getting prepared to graduate university. It was my last year at university. But I had one problem. A module that was so hard for me, I could not grasp my head around it. Fluid dynamics. Has anyone here studied fluid dynamics? I'm glad you did not, because it was an absolute tuhu boohoo. The professor of that module had also a reputation that he gives exams that are very hard to solve. I was really worried. We as students had a Facebook group at the time where we would discuss exam questions, different things that has to do with this subject, but we also shared past exams. One day, the professor of this subject requested to join the group. We had no option but to accept. But then it got to be uncomfortable. How are we going to communicate freely in the group? Eventually, we had to make another secret group on Facebook where we can share our ideas, share past exams. We did not want him to know that we have the past exams. Otherwise, he would use those questions for our exam. And we did not want that. Sorry, he would not choose those questions in our exam, and we did not want that. Time passed by and we had to put on a show just to let him know, hey, we're still in the group and we're still communicating with each other. So one day, one of my colleagues at the time wrote a post. Hello, doctor, can I ask you something? Do you happen to have a soft copy of the past exams? You know, a soft copy like PDF or Word document? He pretended he did not have the past exams. We had them, but we did not want him to know. A few hours later, the professor gave a very short answer that stressed me. He said, no, I do not give soft copies. I only give hard. And that you will get on a Wednesday at 10 in the morning. That was actually the time of our exam. I thought, what? I only give hard, like hard exam or hard copy, like the paper? What does he mean? And I wanted to graduate. I couldn't sleep for 2 days. On the day of the exam, I bought 2 Red Bulls because I was really, really tired. I drank the first Red Bull, the energy drink, and I started the car. I went to the exam. Eventually, when I started answering the exam questions, I realized this is so hard. This is something I have never seen before. And as we all know in Egypt, the professor will come at some point to take our questions if there are some unclarities about the exam. And he did come. And when he came, it was an absolute tuhu boohoo. Everyone raised their hands. We all had questions. It was unclear to us. And then he looked at us with a smile on his face, no questions. And I thought to myself, I hate you. What are you doing here then? Are you coming to gloat? It was an unprecedented exam, a tuhu boohoo. After the exam ended, I was really, really tired. I hadn't slept for 2 days, but everyone was having discussions about the exam. So I had to join the discussion. I chose the nerdiest of the nerdiest to sit with them. And they had a discussion of about an hour about the exam. I participated as a listener. And after about an hour, I found out that I did not understand one word they said. So I decided I'm gonna go home. I go back to my car. There was the second Red Bull that I had bought. I take it, and I drink it because I was really tired. I start my car and I start driving. I was driving at a minimal speed of about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. But because I was really tired, I would every now and then just close my eyes for a few seconds, 1, 2, and then open it. 1, 2, and then open my eyes. At one point, I closed my eyes and I slept. You heard that right, yes. And there was a curve and I had to turn left, but I was sleeping. It was really an inconvenient time. I was sleeping. So suddenly the car hit a high sidewalk. I woke up and I saw people running. Run, run, he's gonna hit us. So in a reflex, I turned left and I pressed the brakes. Thankfully, I did not hit anyone and I was not harmed in the process. Of course, the rims of the car were damaged. And apart from that, everything else was fine. I still remember there was this guy who came to me and said, what have you been doing? What have you been drinking? Are you out of your mind? Sorry, I have been drinking Red Bull. It was a complete tohu boohoo. All the chairs of that cafe the people were sitting on, upside down. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not proud of that. And the only reason why I said it in a very light, humorous way is because nothing has happened. People were not hurt. That was the most important thing. I was not hurt. The rims of the cars were damaged. If you were to ask me, would you ever see yourself sleeping whilst driving? I would never have expected that. I have been driving since I was 16. Because I was living in Saudi Arabia, well, that's a different story, and that was allowed there. And I'm a good driver. I've never had an accident. I am a responsible driver, but it still happened. Closing my eyes every few seconds and then finally going into sleep, falling into sleep. I am not proud of it, but what I'm trying to share with you tonight is stress can literally kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it might even kill other people you know. To what extent do you have stress under control? I assume we have all been through stress. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do what you can, and leave the rest. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You fail an exam? Well, if you fail an exam, you fail an exam. But do you want to die because of your stress? Next time you are stressed, it's a good thing because it increases your adrenaline. But think of it this way. If your stress level gets out of control, you are in danger. So the next time you get really stressed, take a few moments and say to yourself, okay, I don't mind. What is the worst that's going to happen? Well, that worst that's going to happen, I'm going to go through it. I don't mind it happening to me, but I would rather this happens to me than me killing myself or killing people around me. Back to the Toastmaster.
What a speech, Mr. Muhammad, what a speech. For everyone's information, Muhammad reached out last minute before the meeting, and luckily we had a slot open. So if this speech is prepared 15 minutes before the meeting, I am pretty sure you'll go places. Well, now for our fun segment. the table topics, a segment that we all are waiting for. The beautiful Dina Abu Saif is going to be conducting this segment. And when I asked her what she thought was the hardest thing about being a mother, she replied, the hardest thing about being a mom is knowing you are fully responsible for the well-being of another human. For me, it's like no matter how hard I try, I always feel like they deserve more. It really is the most difficult job in the world. Now that is a scary reply. Miss Dina, the floor is all yours.
the polls يا ولاء.
The polls before the table topics. We're going to choose the best speaker. So we've got Higazi and we had Rada as well.
Rada.
So the tech master, Mr. Ahmed Ali, are they ready?
Can you help me, Ashraf, because I'm having a technical problem because someone logged in with the Toastmaster account. You are a co-host.
All right. Wala, go ahead, and we will do this with
We'll do them together, no problem.
together. Yeah.
So Dina Abasnev, the floor is all yours.
All right, thank you so much, Wallet. Good evening, everyone. It is so good to see each and every one of you tonight. Thanks for the heart, Nadine. I love it. I wish you could just turn your camera on, though. Can you do that for us tonight, Nadine?
I can promise you next time.
Okay. I'll let it slide this time because of that beautiful heart. Okay, so tonight we're going to have an interesting round of questions, and I coordinated with the Toastmaster of the day, and we decided that in light of Mother's Day, which we will be celebrating on Monday, March 21st, I will be asking some questions related to motherhood. And I think it should be interesting. Now, you don't have to be a mom, and you don't necessarily have to relate the question to your own biological mother. It could be prevalent with regards to any motherly figure in your life. It could be an older sister. It could be your aunt. It could be a teacher that has been like a mother figure in your life, educationally, just anyone as far as a mother figure is concerned and the way she has impacted your life. So just think of it this way, if I happen to choose you, all right? So first of all, I would like you to raise your hands if you would like to participate in the table topics segment. I will give you guys the opportunity to go ahead and raise your hands, and I will call on you. Now, if you do not raise your hands, I will still choose you because we need to have an awesome table topic segment, and we cannot do it without wonderful speakers like yourselves, right? So I'm just going to give you a few seconds to raise your hands or to go ahead and private message me your name so I can select you. If you do not, within 5 seconds, I will randomly pick someone. Okay. So let me check my private message. No names. Let me check the screens. Nobody except for Higazi. Okay, Higazi and Nadine, very good. Oh, perfect, Muhammad. Okay, I'm going to start with Higazi and then I'm just going to make my way through. Hi, Higazi. Welcome back again.
Hello, Dina. Thank you.
How are you doing tonight? Good?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so this is it's not a question, it's a statement. And I want you to tell me if you agree or disagree based on your firsthand experience. Mothers know it all. Do you agree or disagree, and why? The floor is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, there is a very famous saying, and I'm not sure if you agree with this. It might be sexist, but I don't know. The saying is, women's intuition work. Who agrees? Now, that's a general statement, women's intuition work. Now, if you can imagine that this woman is your mother. Now, the intuition level rises so bad, so high. I personally believe in this. So I am going to say, Dina, I do agree with the statement that mothers know it all. some way, somehow, mothers tend to feel what their children are going through. And I don't know how they do it. It's the mother's heart, it's the mother's intuition, and it's not something that fathers can do. And I really do not understand why. I talk to female colleagues, for example, and when I talk to them, they say things that I cannot grasp my head around. Something like, for example, I knew this guy was not a good guy inside, or I knew this lady was not a good lady on the inside. I'm like, how did you know that? I mean, what has happened? What have you seen? I don't know. It's just a gut feeling and intuition that I had. And yeah, I don't know where this comes from, women's intuition, that they can feel things and they can feel for the other. It's just deep down inside every lady out there. I did not believe in it in the first instance, but I do now. And I don't know where this comes from. Why don't guys have this? So, as I said, I do believe in the statement that mothers know it all, because if women in general do have that intuition to feel for others, I mean, a mother, it's very logical to say a mother would know everything about their children. And I still don't know how. It will always remain a mystery for me. Back to you, Dina.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Was somebody saying something? No. Okay. Wonderful answer. I love it. I love it. I agree with each and every word. Very well said. Thank you so much, Hagezi. All right. Moving on to Nadine. Nadine, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So this is another statement, and I would like you to either agree or disagree and give me a reason as to why. All right. Motherhood. All love begins and ends there. All love begins and ends there. The floor is yours.
I do actually agree. Because I witnessed a friend of mine that lost her mother months ago, and she was explaining her experience to me. However, if I tried to explain what she told me, I cannot put it in words. The love of the mother is so different than any other love you can feel or feel close to you. The mother love is like different, you know? She's close to you, she cares, she's like a friend, someone you can go to in your darkest times. Even if you're so growing up, you can still go to your mother when you feel down or you feel frustrated in life. So yeah, I do agree so much.
All right. Thank you so very much, Nadine. We're moving on to Muhammad. Can you hear me?
Yes, crystal clear.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to randomly say the statement, which is something I said in my answer to Walek's question. And you just tell me whether or not you think it's correct based on your mom, or maybe if you have an older sister or a wife. All right. So go ahead and tell me what you think about this statement. Motherhood is the most difficult job in the world. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
I totally agree. Because mother tend to, from our first day in life, they care, they feed us, they clothe us, they care for us physically, mentally, and emotionally in very different aspects of our life. So they don't get the thank you they deserve every day. It may sound a little cliche, but people are in the Mother Day event say the real superheroes are your mothers, and I really think that, because they do an amazing job and keeping a good smile with it. They're never being bothered or being sad for doing this. They are doing everything that they can with all the love in the world. Thank you. I finished.
All right. Thank you so much, Muhammad. I appreciate your answer. Very, very well said. Okay, so let me pick on someone. Okay, I'm going to pick on Hazem. Since he chose not to respond to Alet's question, perhaps he's going to respond to my question, right? So let's go ahead and unmute yourself, sir. Okay, perfect. Can you hear me? Are you ready?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, Dina.
Are you ready?
No, I'll pass on this one.
You want to
Please.
pass?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let me choose somebody else. How about Rawia? Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight? Good?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Would you like to participate with us tonight?
Okay, let me give it a shot. Let's see.
Okay, it's going to be great. Don't worry. It's an easy one. Okay, so what do you think about this statement? It's impossible to be a hands-on mom and look after yourself. It's impossible to be a hands-on mom and look after yourself. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's impossible to take care of yourself when you're taking care of your loved ones. I can see that in how my mother has been taking care of us, me and my brother, when we were young, and her devotion to our upbringing. And I can see it in myself as a mom myself with my own children. That in the midst of all the boohoo of things, you would always want to make sure that everyone is well kept, well fed, well rested, and happy before you consider yourself if this is important or not. And so I think it's something that is embedded in every mother whenever they become a mother, that they find it just something that comes natural to look after everyone else before they think of themselves. Thank you, and back to you.
Beautifully said, Rawia. Thank you so very much for the input. Beautifully said. Okay, I'm going to call on, let me see, Miral. Hi, Miral.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you ready?
But not interested in the topic, but we'll try to be ready.
Okay. I'm going to try to
tell
ask
me if
you.
I have to do anything specific, like talk for a certain period of time? I'm not sure how it works. Or
So
just answer the question.
Yes. Basically, you can just talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, it's just impromptu speaking. And the reason why we chose this topic, just because, it's just in light of Mother's Day coming up on Monday. But every meeting, it's a different topic, depending on the Toastmaster of the day. She or he is the one who actually chooses the topic. And usually as the table topic master, we like to ask questions so we can better contextualize the topic, right? So it's just 1 to 2 minutes of random speaking about whatever topic comes your way. And the whole point of this exercise, Miral, is to think smart and speak fast, because you only have 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
So you can just say anything that comes to mind. It just trains you to think in a smart way, so you end up saying something that is beneficial to the community when it comes to whatever topic comes your way.
Okay, perfect.
All right, sounds good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, all right. So your statement is, and then you let me know if you agree or disagree, okay?
Okay.
Motherhood is the perfect mix of love and chaos. Motherhood is the perfect mix of love and chaos. The mic is yours.
All right. Tuhu, boohoo, and love are together in one statement. And this is only, you find it when you talk about mothers. it's all, we always think of mothers as angels. They had 9 months of carrying a baby, and then they have suffered so much to teach the children what to do, and they are so caring and loving. And we talk about unconditional love about mothers, but we sometimes forget that they also are human beings. And because they're human beings, at sometimes they really, when you get into a household, all you see is tuhubuhu, because all you see is screaming and shouting and do your homework, please, and turn off the TV and all these kind of things. So yeah, I think we need to be quite, have a deep look at things sometimes, and being or representing love does not mean you cannot represent the hubuhu. You can be both, because we're not flat. We have layers as human beings, and we can be so many things, even love and tuhubu. Thank you.
All right, you did awesome for someone who's not interested in the topic.
Thank you.
I think it was the perfect question for you though, right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Murad. Ashraf, how much time do I have for the segment?
You have until 8:40.
Okay, I have until 8:40. Okay, because okay, so I guess I'm not sure how many people are going to be participating tonight, but I think I'm going to start asking our president and our Toastmaster of the day. All right, moving on. Let me see who else is willing to participate. Heather, hi, how are you?
I'm well, and you?
I am awesome. Good to see you tonight.
Okay. What's my
Okay,
topic?
are you ready?
Mhm.
Okay. So would you agree or disagree with the statement, motherhood is synonymous to sacrifice? Motherhood is synonymous to sacrifice. The mic is yours.
Yeah, that's so very true, because mothers actually, they do sacrifice. They make sacrifices in their lives. For example, a mother who had her child at a young age, in her teens, for instance, who end up not going to school to broaden her horizons, to get that degree, to get an education overall, because she had to stay home to take care of her child. A mother who did not have the support of the family members or money, for instance, to get daycare, to get that education. So once again, having to stay home to provide for her child, which can be devastating to a teenage girl. So that is a sacrifice in itself. And it's unfortunate that what I'm saying is a reality for a number of teenage mothers worldwide. You know, at one point in the United States, it was an issue because we live in the United States and we saw that. But now that I have gone beyond the United States, I see it here and in other places I've been. It is a serious issue worldwide. There are a lot of females out there who are making sacrifices just for their children, just to not have their children to suffer and being in a position wherein they have to want for food, shelter, clothing, the basics. So yeah, mothers are put in situations where they do have to sacrifice for their children. In other words, they have to not have for themselves, not prepare for themselves, not care for themselves sometimes, but to put all that energy and time into caring for their children, therefore making sacrifices.
All right, thank you so much for the contribution, Heather, beautifully said. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask 2 more questions and then we're going to wrap up the segment at 8:30 on the dot so we can pave the way for the evaluation segment. All right, is anyone willing to participate or do I go ahead and randomly choose somebody from the audience? I think I'm gonna choose my lovely friend here, Mrs. Khadiga. It's like she knew I was going to call on her. She raised her eyebrows. It's like she knew I was going to call on her.
You caught me. How are you?
I am fine. How are
Can you
you
hear
doing?
me? Sorry, it's late here, so my voice is a little bit sorry. But
Oh,
can you hear
that's
me
okay.
clearly?
Yes, yes. And also you can go ahead and turn the volume down because my voice is very loud.
No. I put my my earpiece. No. I put my earpiece. Don't worry. Everything
Okay,
under
good.
control. Okay. Yes.
Perfect, perfect. All right,
Yes.
so this is your question. Let me choose like a complicated one for you since you have a lot of experience. No?
I keep my finger closed.
Okay, no, it's not going to be complicated. It's just something I would like you to share with us, okay?
Sure.
As an experienced mom, tell me, what is your most favorite Mother's Day tradition?
Um, every time. Okay, everybody, hello first from Emirates. Okay, coming soon. Okay, in every period or duration in my life, it's different. Okay, before when my children all with me in the same house, they're young and in their young age, like they're still in the school, they all with me. So it was very normal to all celebrate at the same house at the same day and have some fun, and everybody would bring gift and like that. So it was very normal. But now, after all these years, and I'm not only a mother, I'm grandmom now, okay? So, and everyone in different country, in different continent. So it is like miracle to get together again. This is number one. But the most important thing to know that everyone is okay and happy for me. This is the best gift for me, to know that they are all happy and they are all enjoying their life. And now when they are parents now, my two sons, they know how much I did for them. Before, oh, everybody do like that. But now they reevaluate the role of the mother. So it's hard for them, and I feel for them, like someone of my grandson not well, someone is not studying, someone is not happy. I can, read in their face and say, oh, now you know that I did a lot of work for you. But I still having them. So I'm blessed mother, thank God. And I don't mind to be away now, no problem, since I'm sure they are all happy. So good Mother Day for all mothers. And as you said, it's not only the biological mother, it could be your elder sister, your teacher, your like for me, my aunt is like my second mom. She's not my biological mom, but she's the one took care of me during my education like that. Now she's, bless her, 86 years old, and I have to take care of her. She's also like my mother. And I think some people, they don't like to say there is a Mother Day because every day is a Mother Day. That's what I always, we don't, okay, some people, they said, okay, let us celebrate or remember our mother. Who can forget his mother? No one. So thank you thank you.
Wow, wow, that was so intimate and just so uplifting. I think that's a wrap. I don't think anything else can possibly be said after your speech. Thank you so very much for these wonderful words and for sharing your experience with us as a mom. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. She's trying to say something, right? Are you trying to say something? She can't hear me. She's like,
okay, yeah. Okay, now it's okay. Now it's okay. Sorry.
Now you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah,
I was saying,
you.
thank you so much for sharing your experience with us as a mom and as a grandma. And you're right, it should be celebrated every day and not just once a year. So thank you so much for your contribution. I think that's going to be a wrap. It's a great closing to this segment. And I will now hand the mic over to our Toastmaster of the day. Walid, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Dina, and thank you for everybody who took the courage and participated in this segment. What you've asked very beautiful questions and thorough ones and very deep, got us reflecting on motherhood and everything. It got me thinking, well, I can't do that. It's too hard. It's just such a hard job. But ending this segment on a very happy note, I've got my kiddos in class. We are training them on a Mother's Day song. So they are very chaotic to hubu hubu, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what this word is, but I want you to see them. Look. They are so cute, and at the background you can hear the Arabic teachers fighting with each other because each one wants to take the song to their class because it's a very beautiful Arabic song about mothers. But with that, we are going to jump into the polls. So we have the first we've got the best speaker poll. We have had Muhammad Higazi all the way from Netherlands, and we've got Ghada Sharawi speaking of Cape Town. Lots of international speeches today. Are we ready? Sorry, our tech master, if your meeting is going to be censored from YouTube because of the song.
And we're gonna tell them that you're the one who made the copyright strike, okay?
Can you launch the poll, Ashraf?
Yeah, it's there. I can see it.
Yes, okay. Sorry, I can't see it.
That's all right.
We have 12 people who participated so far. So maybe another 7 people left to go. So let's do this. All right, so that concludes it for the Best Speaker Award. And now we're gonna jump right into the best table topics right away. Okay, so 15 out of 21 people have voted. We need another 6. 6 people to go.
Is it?
And we concluded.
Perfect.
Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. And now for the educational segment in our meeting, it is the evaluation segment. We are going to be starting with the evaluators. Our evaluator is Hazim Waldah. Please go ahead. You're muted.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Wala. Okay, just to correct myself, that wasn't the second the speech that Ghada gave. It was the second project in her level 5. Sorry for that, Ghada. But as always, you have done a great job. I actually kept listening to you, trying to find something that you did in a wrongful way, but I couldn't actually. I just need to fill something in this area I couldn't find. So I'll just start with the things that I liked about your speech, and that first you used voice variations, so your voice wasn't monotonous, and you kept raising your voice and lowering it as the position or the situation forced or actually claimed. I don't know what the word, maybe the grammarian will correct me on this. The second point that I liked about your speech is that you almost didn't use any filler words. You kept pausing whenever you had to think for one moment or move to another point. So you didn't use any filler words. That's a very good job that you did there. Last thing that you did good is the acting of the other person when you try to give that he is speaking, and then you use your voice very carefully and accurately to elicit the feeling of that, the feeling that you got when you spoke to that person. I don't know, was he drunk or something? But you did give a good imitation of that. Maybe I think, I don't know if that can be considered wrong or something that you should improve. I don't know, to be honest, of that. But I think if you could give the plot at the first of your speech, I think that would give better, a better impact. But I don't know if that could be considered as something, an improvement or not. But I believe that would be better to do when you start your speech. That's it. Thank you. You did a great job, really great job. I really enjoyed your speech. I believe I'm gonna speak about on behalf of all the other people when I say that we enjoyed your speech so much. Keep up the great job. Thank you. Let's head back to Walaa. Thank you.
Beautiful evaluation, Hazem. And coming to our group evaluators, for a speech like that, he made an easy job, mighty. So, well, I know that your job is now not easy. Heather, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Miral, then Rawia. 1 minute for each, one positive and 1 point of improvement. Heather, go ahead.
All right. When we started at the beginning of the presentation, I said that it's not what you deliver, it's how you deliver it. And I believe Hagazi, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, proved me right. At the beginning of your presentation, Hagazi, you were so animated. Your gestures were so believable. I felt like you were talking to me directly. And that prompted me to just stop and listen to every word that you had to say. I enjoyed your speech immensely. I really did. There was nothing about it at the beginning that I felt like you could improve on. But when you started going into talking about stress and how it's important to recognize stress and deal with it, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't prepared because you were so animated with your gestures at the beginning, and they were rightfully so. They were appropriate. They were purposeful. But I was looking for you to have toned down the pitch a bit to get me ready for the education about stress. Other than that, as I said, it was really a good speech, and I did enjoy it very well.
Brilliant. Thank you, Heather. And do we have Miral?
Yes. Okay. I was asked for 1 positive, 1 improvement. So I have 5 positive. I like the title choice. I think it was very engaging in general, the story. The clarity of the story, I could follow the story, what it is about, and go with it. I like the poses. And it was dynamic, like you were using your body. So there was, I like the dynamism in it. 1 improvement, the ending. I think you took it too seriously. I felt I'm being preached after I was so immense into the story. So a balance in that would help. That's it. But it was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Miral and Roya.
Yes, I really liked the speech that Higazi gave. I could clearly see that he used a lot of body language. He was using his expressions on his face and the movements of his hand and how he was acting in a very tense way when he had to, and calmly when he had to. He also used vocal variety very well when he was imitating the professor and himself later on in the speech. One area of improvement is I would suggest that he would step back a little bit so he could give himself a proper way of moving a little bit around the screen. I know it becomes quite difficult when we're doing virtual presentations or virtual speeches, but it can be managed if you went a little bit to the back and practice moving towards the camera when needed, especially the part where you were driving and then you took a curve, and that could have a little bit more of a movement around the screen so that it would keep us attentive and enjoy it more. Other than that, I really enjoyed it very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Roya. Thank you. Can we all have a round of applause for this group evaluators? Thank you so much. You showed very attentive listening skills, amazing job, and of course, very educational and thorough. Thank you for the evaluators. And now are the polls ready for the best evaluator? Should we be having that? we'll be able to do that.
Yes, they are ready. Can you launch them, Ashraf?
Okay, 1 sec. All right. Even though it's not really fair, but I mean, let's play. Why not? Let's do it.
I thought we would have like the group evaluators together and we would give them
Yeah.
the certificate together, but that's all right.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's okay. I mean, if everyone here wants the certificate, I mean, I only charge $5 for one certificate, so that's if you want. You'll find me on Fiverr.com. Okay. Only 12 people have participated, so guys, go ahead. Go ahead. It's free. I was only kidding. I'm not gonna charge you anything. So go ahead and press that like button anyway. And we're done.
Thank you so much, everybody, for participating. And now we are jumping to our role players and their reports. So we are going to start with our timer, Ashraf Youssef. Can you please fill us in on the report?
Sure, let's do it. All right. So first we have our two speakers. Our first speaker was Ghada Sha'rawi. She finished her speech in 5 minutes and 59 seconds, so below time. Muhammad Higazi, 7 minutes and 59 seconds. Our table topic segment, we have Muhammad Higazi, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Nadine, 30 seconds. Muhammad Abdel Majid, 1 minute. Rauya, 1 minute and 26 seconds. Miral, 1 minute and 4 seconds. Heather, 1 minute and 59 seconds. Khadija, 3 minutes. Our evaluation segment, we have Hazim, 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Heather, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Miral, 0.35 seconds. Rauya, 55 seconds. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why you're timing the evaluation? I just, it's new to me, so I'm not sure why you do that.
We time the evaluation so that people will speak in their time. So everyone has a time slot.
But I mean, is it good or bad to talk in a certain amount of time when you're evaluating?
So it's supposed to be from around 3 minutes. Okay, so you finished, and in group sessions we have everyone 1 minute. So you
Okay.
spoke below that time, so that's good.
But I mean, if every person, if I speak 30 seconds or I speak 3 minutes, does that make me good or bad? Does
No,
it
so
count?
there was the group evaluation. So it's supposed to be we have 2 speakers, okay? So each one 3 minutes, so 6 minutes overall, so that
So
the
it's-
agenda moves accordingly.
So to keep track of the time, you mean?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
But Mira, let me also clarify something to answer your question. It's, of course, it's to keep everybody on track when it comes to the agenda, but also it's to train our speakers and our evaluators to not be over prepared or under prepared. It helps you with the content. You know, when you know you're going to speak for 5 to 7 minutes or from 10 to 14 minutes, you prepare your content accordingly. So it's just one way to present a good speech within your allotted time. It helps you choose the most relevant content within the time frame of how long you're supposed to communicate. So
Yeah.
it helps with that too.
Yeah, definitely for the speeches, I get that. I was wondering about the evaluation because I come from an advertising background. So we think in seconds. So if I can tell you the message in 30 seconds, why should I talk 5 minutes, and get you bored? So that's why, like, when it comes to speech, I fully understand you have to be prepared even in your mind. But like for the evaluation, this is where it stopped me.
But it's still the same though. I'll let you know why. Because when you evaluate somebody, for instance, you can have 2 to 3 minutes to evaluate, right? So you can either choose the highlights of your evaluation and communicate them eloquently and directly in 2 to 3 minutes, or you can just kind of blab
Elaborate
on
on
and
them.
on and on about the same point for 3 minutes. So it's just to train you to make the most of your time and ensure that you are discussing the most important points of your content.
Yeah, makes sense.
If I may add something very quickly, there are contests for prepared speeches, for table topics, improvised speeches, and also evaluations. And the evaluations, they have to be, for Toastmasters at least, they have to be given between, I think the time is 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. If you exceed 3.5 minutes, then you get disqualified. And even if you've given a good evaluation, it still doesn't count because you get disqualified. So
that's weird, but interesting
That's
to
an
know. Thank you for
important
sharing.
point, yes. That is a very important point that you have mentioned, Mr. Higazi. If someone is looking forward for the competitions, these times are taken so seriously, or the time allotted for your speeches. So if you do speak below or above time, you will be disqualified no matter how good the speech was. And it's also to train people on doing so. And with that, we will go to our all counter. And when I asked Safa about her biggest lie she has ever told her mother, she replied, "Actually, I don't recall lying to my mom. My mom was always my best friend. I told her things I didn't tell my friends. She was open-minded and kind." I can relate to that so much, Safa. The mic is yours.
Yes, my mom was the best mother for me, and she was a very good person. So God bless her. And she was a single mom, so it wasn't an easy job for her. So this is why I think she's very special. Anyways, for the report, for the speakers, Gheda didn't do a lot. She didn't say a lot of fillers. It's true, but she said only one and for the "and," she overused it a bit. But overall, she didn't do a lot. For Higazi, he said twice, and he said really, really twice. He said really a lot of times. For the table topic participants, for Nadine, she said once, and like once. Muhammad once, and the like used it 3 times. Rawia more than 5 times she said and Miral said 3 ands. Heather didn't do any or anything. She was perfect. Khadija, Mrs. Khadija, I'm sorry if I'm not saying Mrs. My respect to her. She said it twice. She said it more than 5. Like, she said it once, and so she said it twice. For the evaluators, Heather also, she didn't say anything, no fillers. Miral said 3 times. Mrs. Rawia said more than 5 times, and twice. For Hazim, he said more than 5 times, and once, and that's it. Back to you.
Perfect. Safa, was this your first counter report?
Yes. How did I do?
That was brilliant. Thank you for taking care of all these ahs and ums. I know that it's not an easy job.
Yes, and I said it. I said a lot, so we
I
all
am pretty
need to
sure I
practice.
said it a million times as well, but thankfully you did not count me, and that's the privilege of being the Toastmaster of the day, because they speak a lot. And with that, we're jumping to our grammarian. Oh, that is scary. Our grammarian, when she was asked about what the word mother reminds her of, she said, the good people of beautiful. That's why I was dying to come back to the motherland and be thrown to her arms. She has taken that word to a very far place. Over to you, Nurihan, our grammarian.
Thank you very much, and wonderful theme. That's wonderful, and I love the table topics. Well done, Dina. It was a lovely question. So for the grammarian, we're celebrating. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not going to pick anyone. So I'll just start off with the sentences that I really love. I love the sentence from Safa. You said it's not easy, but by practice, we can make it happen. I love that sentence. It gives you positivity. I also loved Muhammad Abdul Majid when he said, they don't get the thank you they deserve every day. I thought it had more impact, even though we usually say they don't get the appreciation they deserve every day. But when he used thank you instead of appreciation, it made it more impactful. So great, I loved it. And Dina, I love the sentence where you said, mother is a synonym to sacrifice. That's a powerful one. That's a powerful one. And I cannot end this segment without saying one of the few sentences that my own mother said. Dr. Khadija Alam, you said a lot, but I'll choose one. My favorite sentence was, it's a miracle to get together again. That was my favorite sentence of all, but well done. And for the word of the day, Tuhu Boohoo. The name itself is funny. I can't believe when I read the meaning, disaster, it doesn't feel like a disaster. It feels like a fun, funny times. So anyway, the first one to say the word was Hazim. He said tuhu boohoo once. Ghada said her speech. She said the word in her speech, tuhu boohoo once. Hagazi, you love to win, don't you? You love winning. He said it 4 times in his speech. And Mrs. Rawia, she also said it once. And Mirel, you all, not only did you say the word 4 times, you started your speech with it. You, tuhu boohoo. Well done, everyone. Well done for using a very difficult word to pronounce. Back to you, Wala Ahman.
Whoa, beautifully done, everyone. And I believe that our agenda is now over and we are waiting for the certificates to be done, and after that we will hear the listening or the ending remarks from our president. But before we go, ending our theme with words we know are true, things and feelings that mothers face every day. Exhaustion, for example, cleaning up the baby's tracks, spending nights wide awake and beginning their days with thankless routines, again, with each new day. They also experience failure.
Have a little.
Certainly reaching the end of their rope, anger boils over into a string of words they can't take back. But at the end, they decide to just cry in the bathroom alone because the world doesn't want to see a crying mother. But at the end, they also face guilt that maybe they can do better, they can do more, they should have done better, they should have done more. One thing and one feeling we cannot overlook is grace. Mothers know grace. They embrace it. Endless grace. Grace in the face of harsh words, in the face of the call from the teacher for another behavioral issue that overshadow any prior victory. Grace for the missed moments and the constant comparisons. Grace that welcomes the fresh start of a new day. Grace that is freely given because it's freely received. We're now going to be listening to our remarks from our president, Ashraf Yusuf. We did not have a general evaluator, so you might as well do the job and give us the certificates.
Thank you so much for a well done job, Wale. Well done. Thank you so much. So Ahmed, please go ahead and announce the winners.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you guess who the best speech or the best speech award goes to?
غادة حجازي.
Ghada Higazi? Okay. So the best speech award goes to Muhammad Higazi. Congratulations, Muhammad, for your wonderful speech. I also studied the fluid mechanics, and it was one of the hardest subjects I ever studied, and I'm happy that I finished it in 1 year and 1 semester. It was disaster. It was a disaster.
I'm happy.
Okay.
I passed it, by the way. You should have said that in the speech.
I feel that. I feel that. I'm glad that you finished this experience in one piece and safe.
Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations on the award. Okay, moving to the best table topic award. And it was a tough competition, I think. And it goes to Madam Khadija Alam. Okay. It was a wonderful speech. I see Nurhan clapping. Yes. Okay. And moving on to the best evaluation award. Any guesses? It was 4 evaluators. No guesses? Okay.
Hazem, Heather, Miral, and Rauya. I don't want
Okay,
to leave anyone sad.
you saying all the names. Well,
I guess they should all win.
Okay, let's discuss this with Ashraf after the meeting. Okay, the best evaluation award goes to Heather Little, and let's hear some clapping for her. I can't hear anything, but okay. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tech Master. And before we go, I actually asked him what he thought of the word mother means or reminds him of, and he said love, support, and sacrifice. Very true, mister. We're now ending our meeting with remarks from our president, Mr. Ashraf Yusuf. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Wallet. I mean, I want to know why you asked everyone about their mother except me, but I mean, it's so weird. Anyways, thank you so much for a job well done again. So guys, become members. This is an amazing place. This is a place where you get to practice, you get to enhance, you get to develop your speaking skills, your communication skills, your public speaking skills, all kinds of skills from A to Z. So this is a place, the positivity is amazing. Just the positivity alone, I think, will sell you on how amazing this place is. So, and of course, the networking, you get to meet engineers, doctors, professors, school teachers, university professors, and so on and so forth. So it's an amazing place. And of course, the community outside of Egypt is also staggering. The amount of people that I've met in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in the UK, in Britain, in America, it's all kinds of places. So it's a really fantastic organization, and I'm honestly honored to be a part of it. So one thing important to tell you guys, the membership dues for all members is now due. So we are in the last of March, or in the middle of March, and the membership dues are due in 5 days on 20th of March. So please start thinking seriously about paying it as soon as possible. And finally, to the guests, if you want to become members, please contact Dina Abu Saif. Dina is our VP of membership. She is responsible for guiding you through all of the membership steps until you become a member with us. So Dina, please give us a quick round or how the steps go to become a member.
Okay, so the first thing you have to do is contact me, okay? And then when you contact me, I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to know in order to familiarize yourself with the logistics. And we're very, very keen about choosing the right people for our club, because as you can see, we are a community. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So we wanna make sure that you guys know who we are and what we have to offer. So we do get to know each other a bit better. You know, you're also encouraged to participate in the table topic segment so you can practice your public speaking skills, and so you can get the support that you need, and just be ready for this journey before committing to it. So if you have any questions about what we're going to be doing moving forward, as far as our in-person meetings, as far as our virtual meetings, there's also talk, it's not finalized yet, but there's also talk that we might meet a couple of times during Ramadan. We haven't finalized the dates and the times yet, but we don't want to lose touch over the course of the next month. So we're going to make an effort to make sure that we meet at least twice at a time that is convenient for all of us. But yeah, just go ahead and message me or contact us on our social media platforms. And I'm going to go ahead and share my number with you guys, whoever is interested, and we can just discuss it so you know what you need to do as far as the application. I'm going to familiarize you with the pathway so you know what it is to kind of sign up for a pathway and how it can serve you as a communicator on this journey here at Cairo Toastmasters Club. Just any questions that you have, reach out. I would be honored and happy to help. So Dina Abu Saif, VP of Membership, please contact me anytime and we will make it happen soon. Before I hand the mic over to our president, I would like to ask Heather if she has something to say.
Yes, I do. Before coming here, I honestly didn't know what to expect. I've never gone to a Toastmasters meeting virtually before. And I just want to say what a great job you guys did. It really was lovely. I felt like I was actually in a space, like in a library where we meet in the United States. Because you didn't have a general evaluator, I would just like to take this opportunity to just point out one or two things, if that's okay.
Go for it.
The purpose of Toastmasters, as you guys said several times in the meeting, is to help us improve our speech, to feel confident when we stand in front of a group of people to speak. We want to be confident, yes, we want to sound eloquent, and we want to sound like we know what we're talking about. The grammarian report was very different. It was lovely. I'm not nitpicking, but I think it's really important that we are conscious of the fact that we do want to point out the grammatical errors that we hear when people are speaking. I was actually looking forward to hearing what I said because I caught myself a few times. Another thing that I want to bring out, and perhaps this was said and I was just late coming to the meeting, because we had a few questions about timing, I think it would be helpful, especially for people who have never attended a Toastmasters meeting before, to have that explained at the beginning of the program. So individuals will understand the roles, what they mean, and the time involved in each role. That's it.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Heather. Much appreciated. All right, back to you, Ashraf.
Thank you so much. All right, so thank you guys so much for coming. Let's take a group picture together. So please turn on your cameras. Turn them on, you know, the on button for the cameras. Yes, press that big red button. All right, get ready.
Can I ask Dina something, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Dina, is this your daughter's room?
No, that's actually my office.
Nah,
But
because this is my son's room, so I want to see the difference between boys' room and the girls' room. Okay.
No, this is my office. But as you can see, they think they have the right to get into my office and post their paintings on my wall. So I sacrifice. What can I do? I just sacrifice my space.
Yes. Cute, very cute.
Thank you. I like yours too, Safa.
It's my son's, so it's
So
very
cute.
obvious.
So cute. I love it.
Thank you. Sorry, also.
Go ahead.
All right, everyone say cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese. 1, 2. Everyone turn on your cameras quickly. 1, 2.
Cheese.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys. So that adjourns today's meeting. Again, if you have any questions, please go directly to dinaabusayf@hotmail.com, and we will see you next time for another chapter of...
No, not Hotmail, Gmail. Oh my goodness, you're giving
I
them the
was
wrong
kidding.
information.